Hello, this is Chef John from Foodwishes.com with seared scallops with orange supremes and jalapeno vinaigrette. If this looks familiar, it should. We did a very similar dish, but it was done with diced jalapeno and kind of an orange reduction. So I wanted to rework this. Also, I've always wanted to post a jalapeno vinaigrette because it's a really great dressing. So here we go. In a blender or food processor, you want to do one seeded jalapeno. All right, so just cut it in half, take out the seeds and the white membranes, and just cut it in small pieces. I'm going to add a tiny dash of mustard, Dijon, just a tiny quarter teaspoon, rice vinegar, and olive oil. All right, you're going to process that on high until completely liquefied. If you want, you can put it through a strainer when it's done. I didn't because I don't like washing strainers, and it doesn't really need it. Of course, I invite you to taste this vinaigrette and adjust seasoning to your liking. Okay, so set that aside till needed. The only other two ingredients are fresh orange segments known as supremes. I've already shown you how to do those, but I actually have a new technique video coming out that shows you those up close and personal. And then we have some beautiful, fresh, dry packed scallops. Sometimes these are sold as day boat because they're just caught from a boat on some day, I guess. But anyway, these are not the sea scallops you find in the supermarket swimming in a pool of that milky brine, which is just disgusting. So if you don't like scallops, that's probably why you don't like them. So get dry pack and or day boat scallops, insanely expensive, but just incredibly sweet and delicious. All right, we're going to season those very simply with some sea salt and, you knew it was coming, some cayenne pepper. Now I have olive oil in the dressing, so that's going to kind of be the oil flavor. So I don't really want a flavorful oil to fry these in. I'm going to use grapeseed oil, which is a very high smoke point, meaning you can sear things at high temperatures without it breaking down. It's also pretty much flavorless, okay? And there's no mystery here. Super hot pan, 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on the size per side. You have to get that crust. See that crust? You have to get that crust. See that crust? You need that crust, all right? And the only way to do it is a beautiful heavy-duty pan on high heat. And that's it. That's the only secret. You know what? I could probably sit and look at that shot for, I don't know, an hour. So I'm going to pull those off onto a plate. I'm going to do 3 per serving because my wife was here. If she wasn't, I would have done 6 per serving. I'm going to surround it with those orange supremes. Now, if you just handed me that plate, I'd be pretty happy. You give me that, you're getting a big hug and possibly a kiss. But when you take that goodness and then you drizzle over a jalapeno vinaigrette, it's really hard to describe how simple yet delicious this is. There's basically almost no ingredients here, except a couple things we threw in the blender. You know that overused expression, the flavors exploded in your mouth? It's usually hyperbole. They don't explode. Here, total explosions. So anyway, the real point of this video was to show you that super simple jalapeno vinaigrette and just one example of what you could do with it. And you can see here what a perfectly cooked scallop looks like inside. All right, the inside's hot, but it's still a little opaque, very juicy, very moist, not rubbery, just amazing. Oh, and by the way, a little tip for you young, up-and-coming video recipe producers. Try not to kick the tripod like I just did. So give this dish a try. That jalapeno vinaigrette is good on so many things. The next day I tossed it with a white bean salad. Unbelievable. Drizzle that over chicken or a piece of grilled salmon. You're in heaven. Okay? So I hope you give that a try. All the ingredients are on the site, as usual. And as always, enjoy.